Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering of my sampler platter. Yes, eat folks, sampler video series of videos I've been doing for a little while. We're over there, try food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all you need to know about hopefully delicious crap. While I'm doing so, I got a bigger can Thunderbolt poster behind me. It's right there. You can see them, blue and red, contrasting colors and such. Crappy little ladder off the side. There's some Marvel figures over there. And if I haven't cemented kind of, the era in which I grew up in and such and who I am, I'm also wearing a cool shirt. What cool shirt is that? Boom! We're still wearing the Dope shirt. Yes, indeed, folks. Dope is a band that's been around since the 90s. The lead singer / creative force behind the whole thing is a guy named Edsel. I think that's his stage name. I think he has but I forget what it is off the top of my head. But he's been doing it for a long time. He's worked with tons of artists, super motivated, extremely cool guy. I've been fortunate enough to see them live a few times in my life. I even have some videos from performances on this very channel. So if you're interested, I'm just saying. But anyway, folks, what are you really here for? Well, you want to watch me go over there, eat and or drink a thing, and then talk about it. What am I going to be doing? Boom! We've got Accelerator energy drink, Kiwi lime flavor. I just got through doing an Accelerator one for Island Guava. Go watch that video. And I also had this one. Many of the things that I said in that are probably going to be somewhat similar. It's natural caffeine, zero sugar, natural electrolytes, ocean minerals, plant-based thermogenetics. I'm not a scientist. Please don't go over there and take anything I say as being medical information or such like that. I don't need that on my conscience. That's just, yeah. This guy is not accredited, okay? I definitely did not go to medical school. But yeah, it's a zero sugar energy drink. And as I mentioned in the previous one, pretty sure that this A here originally didn't stand for Accelerator. I think it was for Aftershock. I could be wrong. I definitely could be wrong because there have been a ton of energy drinks that have come and gone. But I remember it being a thing. But anyway, yeah, I think I got this at Walmart maybe or Target. I don't know. I saw it and I figured, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. I like trying out new energy drinks anyway. Plus, Kiwi Lime sounds like it could be good. So let's give it a shot, folks. Let's see how it is. Okay? Let's give it a go. Smelling more kiwi than lime. Definitely has like a kind of tropical kiwi smell to it, which is good. Kiwi's a good smell. It's good fruit. Underrated. But you need to kind of use it in the right circumstances. That's the thing with kiwi. It's one of those things where it's like, if you use it the right way, it can be a real difference maker. But if you use it the wrong way, it can be a real difference maker. Let's see how they used it in this. Okay. Okay. Alright, I have mixed feelings on it. As I mentioned with the other one, and I mentioned in other drinks, whenever you put zero sugar in something, it's almost always going to lose points with me because the zero sugar aspect always, it's not something you can really properly mask. Like, you can try, and there have been some things that have done pretty well, like A&W zero sugar, Dr. Pepper zero sugar. Those both did pretty good jobs of it. However, it's never quite the same, is it? No. In something like this, I mean, obviously I don't have like a comparison. I don't have like a non-zero sugar version to go off of. It definitely would have been better without the zero sugar because, for one thing, it mutes the flavors that it's trying to represent. The other thing is, like, it starts off nice and tropically, and I would say the kiwi is maybe a little bit more at the forefront, but not by much. I think they did a pretty good job of blending it with the lime. But then, I don't know if it's the zero sugar aspect of it, or if it's just the flavor aspect of it, or if it's a combination of both. But it kind of goes over there and, like, becomes, like, slightly sour, which, yeah, it's got lime, but then it kind of takes almost on like a little bit of a bitterness, which I'm not a big fan of, and I see that as being more the sour aspect. I could see being part of the lime. I think the bitterness is kind of the lime and the zero sugar aspect sort of combining. That's kind of what I'm taking from it. I could be wrong. I'm not a flavor scientist. But if somebody wants to pay me, be a flavor scientist. Yeah, it's not bad. I don't like the ending. If it tasted the same way throughout as it does at the beginning, I would definitely like this a fair amount. But as it kind of maneuvers into that sort of like sour, mind you, not particularly sour, but there's a little bit of a tartness at the end, and then it kind of goes into a little bit of a bitterness. Even though it doesn't last for that long, it's just not a favorable taste for me personally. I'm very sour and bitter are things that I like. They really need to work with certain things for me to enjoy them. And in this, my brain just really wants the nice tropical aspect of it. It doesn't want the sour, kind of bitter aspect of it. Yeah, yeah. I think between this one and the island guava wins it for me. Uh, Now that said, neither are what I would consider like exceptional energy drinks, but nor would I consider them like lower tier energy drinks. They're pretty solid, and for being zero sugar, they're both okay. Like I said, I like the Island Guava more, but the Kiwi Lime one isn't bad. They, and mind you, never mind all the natural electrolytes and all that. You know, if that's your jam, please by all means look into it. Make sure that you're informed about what you're taking into your body. Most people who are going to be trying this are probably just want it to be an energy drink. In that regards, I mean, it's 10 calories. Does it have a caffeine count? That's what I'm interested in. Contains no fruit juice. Yeah, you're all this stuff and then no fruit juice. Oh, does it say anywhere? I'm sure it does, but I'm not finding it. Yeah, I'm surprised because typically they're pretty. Where does it say? Ah, there we go. It's 150 milligrams, which is that's actually fairly weak. But what with it being zero sugar and stuff, I'm not entirely surprised. But I mean, it'll probably do the job. Now that said, would I recommend it? As I said with the Island Guava one, it really depends on kind of who you are and what you're looking for. I think if you're just a standard person who wants an energy drink for the sake of an energy drink, I think there's better options available. I really do. Not only in terms of better tasting, but ones that have higher caffeine content. Not saying that that's always the best thing, but but they're not bad. They're light tasting, and I think if you're somebody who maybe you do want, a slightly maybe more health conscious option, they're there, and I think that they do a reasonable job. So again, not the best, not the worst, decent all around. You could do a lot worse. But anyway, that's going to do it for me on this one, folks. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of the day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of the year. And folks, if you could go over there and have yourselves a truly Kiwi-tastic rest of your life. Because not only is it an interesting fruit, it's also an interesting tiny bird. And who among us has not wondered what it would be like to be an interesting tiny bird? I don't know, that's where I'm going with that, and I'm sticking with it. Final 2 things, though, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But you can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole. Okay, that is not an easy thing to do either. That's why I put try at the beginning of it, because it's difficult sometimes. Even though I've been kind of consider it sort of like a minimum requirement for like life in public, we all have our moments, folks. Whether we're driving or maybe we're walking around or doing whatever, life can be stressful and taxing. But take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholeness in your life. Hopefully things will get a little bit better for you. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. maybe you're going to go over there, folks. Maybe you're going to try out some Accelerator Kiwi Lime. And maybe you're going to drink some of it. You're going to be like, it's okay, it's pretty good. But this kiwi part of it, that's got me thinking. And then you decide that you're going to go over there and you're going to go to wherever the hell kiwi birds are from. Australia? It seems like a thing that would be from Australia, right? Or New Zealand. Somewhere in like that part of the world where animals just didn't animal the way that they did everywhere else. And maybe you go over there and, you become like a kiwi bird researcher and accolades, scientific stuff. And, maybe you go over there and you help out the kiwi birds. Are they endangered? Probably. Lord knows we freaking kill off damn near everything on the planet. Maybe help them out and then they make a resurgence or whatever. I don't know. Or conversely, you could go over there and do something else that's probably a little bit more realistic than that. That's not entirely unrealistic, I suppose. You could be the David Attenborough of kiwi birds. But if you want to do something a little bit closer to home, maybe you just go over there and do some research on kiwi birds or other types of birds or what have you. And go over there and maybe, throw some money at like a wildlife research thing or something like that. Do your research though. Alright? Bye.